All right, so the purpose of this is just to give you a really easy, quick overview of the process from you getting online and finding us to the point where we might purchase your property. So as I already mentioned, going online, you're doing the research, you're trying to find a solution to whatever problem you have. You've got a property you just don't want anymore, or you've had a death in the family, you're going through a divorce. It could be any number of things. Your property's been on the market for 6 months and no one's buying it. It can literally be anything. So you found us, you give us a call, you're wondering, how does this process work? So usually it's going to be me answering. My name's Tyler. And I will go through the process of trying to get just some really easy preliminary information. Maybe, bedrooms and bathrooms and square footage. That's really helpful for us. And get a little bit of the backstory as to why you might be selling. Are there some family issues going on? Is there, you're moving somewhere really quickly, so you need just an easy solution, something like that. It's really helpful for us to kind of figure out what path we might need to take. And then, we're going to be asking you some financial questions, typically, maybe how much you own the property, and things like what you might be expecting to get for an offer. And if we can figure out from those preliminary questions if we might be a good fit for you, what we're going to do next is, try and figure out a time that we can come out and take a look at the property. Because as much as we would love to make offers over the phone, because it would make our job a lot easier, we just can't do that because every home is so different. We've come into homes where not a thing needs to be done to it. We've come to other homes where it's been flooded in the basement. And so all those different factors drastically change our ability to make an offer to you. So it's always going to be in our best interest, in your best interest, to sit down and talk. And not only so we can figure out what the property looks like, but also we can talk to you even more about creative solutions to whatever your problem is. I would say the vast majority of the time, these properties, these situations, they're fixed with an easy cash offer. However, some people, they just don't really need a cash offer. Maybe they need something else. And so we can talk about those options with you in a face-to-face, across the kitchen table kind of meeting. So that's going to be the next step. We're going to try and figure out what works for your schedule, first or second shift, that kinds of stuff. And then you're probably going to meet with either myself or my business partner, Case. And from there, once the meeting happens, those meetings usually take anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes. They're usually not very long. And if we can come up with a creative solution that works for you, we can get the process started that day, where we can get paperwork going and start the process. And this process also can take anywhere from 10 days all the way up to 2 months sometimes, depending on what the situation looks like. And so the faster we can get started, the faster that you can be done with the stress of owning the home. Once that process starts, you're going to be talking a lot with our office administrator, Abby. She deals a lot with the paperwork and the process of getting your property out of your name and into our name. And that can take some time sometimes. And then once that's all taken care of, we're going to meet at a title company and sign a few documents, and then the property is no longer your issue, it's our issue, and you're going to get your money that we discussed at the kitchen table when we met with you initially. And that's a really quick and dirty overview of how the process works. It's a little bit different for every person, but overall that's more or less how the process goes.